So today we're going to learn how to make questions in French. But before we do that, I want to cover an item that we did not maybe cover very well last time, and it is to some irregular endings in here. Nous mangeons. That is on page, right now we're on page 4. Page 3, sorry. Verb ending in GER, like manger, partager, and voyager, have a spelling change in the new form. As you notice, there's an E added in here. An E. Also, there's a CCD for the ONS. And I don't know why that's doing that. And the nous commençons. Okay? So let's move on now to our making questions in French. Okay, physics. So there's different ways to express this present tense in English. However, there's only one way to express it in French. Ils étudient la physique. So avoid things like ils sont étudiés or ils sont études. Okay? Avoid translating from English to French. Notice that there's only one way to express the present tense, and this is the way. Okay? Another thing I wanted to go over with you is forming questions and expressions. We're going to just do making questions today, okay? And with the expression negation next time. You have learned how to make affirmative and declarative sentences in French. Now we'll learn how to make questions today, okay? The simplest way is to use the same words as for a statement, but with rising intonation when speaking, or setting a question mark at the end when writing. This method is considered informal. For example, you like French class? Okay, that's a question. You like French class? Well, in French, you would use the same word, and you would say, tu aimes le cours de français? Le cours de français? So it's you making a statement, but asking you, you are raising your intonation, saying, tu aimes le cours de français? Okay, and you put it in question mark at the end. That's the easiest way, okay? Another example is, you live in Bordeaux. That's a statement, and you make a question. Okay, you can say, you live in Bordeaux? Or in French, we say, vous habitez à Bordeaux? Okay. Vous habitez à Bordeaux? All right, so you'd write like that. Vous habitez à Bordeaux? Question mark, and you just increase you raise your intonation. Okay, that's the first way to make a question, form a question. There's a second way, which is to place the phrase est-ce que directly before the statement. And if the next word begins with a vowel sound, use est-ce que, Q-U apostrophe with est-ce que, okay? It's somewhat formal when using est-ce que. That's a good thing to use. Okay? So look at the examples here. Do you speak French? So you would say, okay, est-ce que vous habitez, est-ce que, oops, I'm trying to type in here, I'll keep on writing. Est-ce que que vous, I'm going to just use vous in here, it can be vous, it can be tu, est-ce que vous parlez français? So you use est-ce que in here to make the question. Est-ce que vous parlez français? Right? Another example is, does he like to draw? Again, est-ce que, and he is il, est-ce qu'il aime dessiner? This is how you make a question with est-ce que. So, the first way is use intonation, raising intonation. Second way is use est-ce que before the statement. The third way is to place a tag question at the end of the statement. Okay. So, for example, on commence à 2 heures, d'accord? D'accord means okay. Nous mangeons à midi, n'est-ce pas? So this is a tag in here. It's the n'est-ce pas, or it is the okay, or the d'accord, which means right. Okay, okay. So you're adding a tag. And this again is kind of like a formal, informal method to make a question. The fourth way to make a question is to invert the order of the subject and pronoun. So let's see what that looks like in here. Okay, let's clean up this. Oops. Okay. All right. Is to invert the order of the subject pronoun and the verb and hyphenate them. If the verb ends in a vowel and the subject pronoun is il or elle, hyphen t hyphen is inserted between the verb and the pronoun. Inversion is considered to be more formal. Okay? So it's an inversion between the verb and the pronoun. You have to have a verb and pronoun to invert. Do you speak French? So how would you make that question using inversion? Do you speak French? So, parles-tu? This is my verb, and this is my pronoun. See, I'm inverting them. Instead of saying tu parles, I'm saying parles-tu? Le français. Parles-tu le français? Do you speak French? You notice here I invert the verb and the pronoun. They're flipped, and there's a hyphen between them. Does he eat at noon? Does he eat at noon? So he is il. Okay. He is il. So, il mange à midi. It should be mange-t-il hyphen t hyphen il. Mange-t-il à midi? So in this case, as you see, the third person is il, and the verb ends in an e, and that's why I included a hyphen delta t, because a hyphen t hyphen. You don't want to have two vowels back to back like that. That's why I insert that t, so it sounds better. Mange-t-il à midi? Does he eat at noon? This is an inversion type of question. Another example is she a student? So that's the verb to be, and the question and the thing would be est-elle, est-elle une élève? Est-elle une élève? Again, see how I inverted my pronoun, my verb. You must have a pronoun in here to invert. You cannot invert anything else than a pronoun. And you put a hyphen between the two items. All right. These questions always will give you a yes or no answer. Okay. If the subject is a noun rather than a pronoun, invert the pronoun and the verb and place the noun before them. We're on page 5 right now. And let me explain to you what that means. Okay? Can I see in here? Let me see. All right. Does the professor speak French? All right. If the subject is a noun, like in this case, rather than a pronoun, invert the pronoun and the place the noun before them. Okay. So in this case, the noun is le professeur. Le professeur, comma. So now you're going to replace the noun with a pronoun. Le professeur is going to be il. Okay? So you're going to say, le professeur parle-t-il français? So notice, if the subject is a noun, rather than a pronoun, invert the pronoun and the verb, but place the noun before them. So I'm placing the noun first, le professeur, and then I replace le professeur with il, because that's what it is, it's he, and I do my inversion, parle-t-il français? Second example, does Nina arrive tomorrow? Again, Nina is my subject, right? So I'm gonna close this first. So you're gonna put Nina first. Nina, comma, and then we're gonna invert the pronoun and the verb. Well, the pronoun is elle. It's a girl. It's she. So Nina arrive-t-elle? And then hyphen T hyphen L, because vowel, we need a T between them. Nina arrive-t-elle demain? Demain means tomorrow. We're going to stop here today. And I hope you learned a little bit how to make questions using the 4 methods. And the 4 methods are either you use rising intonation, or est-ce que, or a tag, or inversion, which I think is the most complicated one probably for you guys. All right, thanks for watching.